Okay, so get this, right? Socrates
Yeah.
debating a modern influencer
Okay.
about the meaning of life.
Yeah.
For this deep dive, I mean, how do you even begin to imagine that? I'm already hooked.
I know, right? It's a wild one, isn't it?
And kind of intimidating because, let's be real,
Mm-hmm.
finding meaning in today's world, that's like everyone's obsession.
Absolutely.
But then you bring in Socrates, who was wrestling with these questions centuries ago.
Yeah.
Talk about a clash of perspectives.
That's exactly what makes this so fascinating, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have all these articles about how ancient philosophy is actually super relevant today.
Not just relevant, like these ideas are popping up everywhere. You know, mindfulness, stoicism.
Exactly.
It's like we're rediscovering this ancient wisdom.
And especially with someone like Socrates, right?
Yeah.
The guy was all about questioning everything.
Questioning everything, yeah.
Which, let's be honest, is kind of what a good deep dive should do, right?
Yeah, you're totally right.
So how do we even picture this debate happening?
I've been trying to.
Yeah.
Like, is Socrates suddenly dropped into 2024?
Right.
Wearing a toga at some tech conference? I don't know.
I think we need a setting that's a little more his style.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Maybe a podcast studio, you know? 2 chairs, microphones,
I think that's...
influencers talking about, I don't know, building a personal brand, finding your purpose through entrepreneurship, all that.
Okay, I can see it.
And across from them is Socrates, right?
Yeah.
Just intensely thoughtful, looking like he's about to drop some serious truth bomb.
Oh, I can totally imagine that look.
Yeah.
And the influencers will live your best life, you know?
Right.
And Socrates is going to come back with, like, but what is a good life?
Exactly.
And suddenly we're not just talking about Instagram followers. We're
Right.
talking about, like, virtue and stuff.
You're getting it, yeah. Socrates wasn't just some, head in the clouds philosopher.
Right.
He was all about how we actually live.
Yeah.
You know, he was big on these virtues,
I can
right?
choose, yeah.
Courage, justice, temperance, all these qualities that guide ethical action. And now imagine him grilling the influencer about whether, fame or wealth
Okay, yeah.
really align with those deeper values.
Ooh, that's good.
That's where the sparks would fly.
Yeah. So how would Socrates even begin to make sense of our world today?
It's fun to think about, right?
Totally.
Like the internet alone would probably blow his mind.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But remember, his whole deal was the Socratic method, right?
The Socratic method.
Relentless questioning
Okay.
to expose holes in your thinking.
Right.
So he wouldn't just accept whatever the influencer's saying, right?
Well,
He'd be like, hold on, what evidence do you have that this path leads to happiness?
yeah, good point.
And for whom? And what even is happiness anyway?
Whoa. Okay, that's deep.
He'd be making them examine their assumptions and, by extension, making us examine ours.
He'd be like deconstructing the whole algorithm of modern success.
Yeah.
But, okay. Would there be any points where they'd actually agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you sent me that article about the Stoics.
Right.
And then how their ideas are having this, like, huge resurgence.
Yep.
Which is super relevant here because even though Socrates might, challenge the influencer's way of doing things, he might actually find common ground in their shared desire for self-knowledge.
Self-knowledge.
Yeah, and for a purpose that goes beyond just, like, material stuff.
Oh, I see, I see.
I mean, even back in ancient Athens,
Yeah.
Socrates was pushing back against, the whole wealth and status thing.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly going with the flow.
Not at all.
So maybe they'd both agree that the drive for meaning,
Right.
that's essential,
Exactly.
even if they disagree on how to get there.
Yeah, it's not so black and white, is it?
Definitely not.
And that's what makes this whole thought experiment so relevant for, everyone listening.
Okay.
We're all bombarded with these messages
Oh, tell me about it.
about how to live a good life.
Right.
But Socrates would be like, hold up, you need to define that for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to critically examine the values you're actually chasing.
Okay, you've convinced me. This is a good one.
I knew you'd come around.
But hold on, I got to throw in one more thing.
Okay, hit me.
What would Socrates make of the fact that this influencer probably has way more reach?
Oh, interesting.
Like 10 times the influence that he ever did.
That is a good question.
Right.
That is a question worthy of Socrates himself.
I know, right?
Would he see it as, I don't know, like style over substance?
Right. Yeah.
Or would he figure out a way to use that platform to get his own message out there?
Yeah. Who knows?
I think it's almost impossible to say for sure. But that's kind of the point, isn't it?
Okay.
This deep dive, it's not about giving you easy answers. It's about asking the right questions.
I like that.
And hopefully those questions will kind of, spark some of your own thinking.
So for everyone listening, we've definitely given you a lot to think about.
Definitely.
But I got to ask.
Yeah.
If you could ask Socrates one question about how to navigate, like, the meaning of life today.
The meaning of life today.
The meaning of life today.
What would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right.
Keep that question in mind.
Yeah.
As you dig into the sources we talked about. Who knows? You might just find your answer.
You never know.
Exactly.
All right. Until next time.
See ya.
Keep thinking.